All right, welcome back. We're going to go straight into machining these gears and how to do it. So once you have your gears set up, we can go into manufacture, and we're going to manufacture this gear right here is the one that we're concerned with. So when we look at our models, we can actually turn off all these other ones. We just want this one right here. It's what we're going to manufacture. So when we do our new setup, it's going to be for this gear. For the machine, we're going to go ahead and pick our Tormach 770. And then for my x-axis or my z-axis, I'm going to be this top face here. And then it's going to put my datum right in the middle on the top, which I like for this. So go right in the middle because we can then tell the machine, where 0x0y is right in the center of that hole, or pretty darn close to it. So the x-axis, we don't have to change. This all looks good. For our stock, I usually don't do a relative size box. Usually I'll do a fixed size box, and then I'll tell it what the diameters are. So like the width, I might go a 4-inch by 4-inch, and then the height is just the thickness of the gear. So in this case, 0.125 is going to be the thickness of my part. And I'm just going to put it in the center of all those things. You can see what the model size is. So it's basically 3¼ inches. So it fits plenty on my 4x4 piece. If you wanted to go 3.5 by 3.5, that's fine. But I would just cut a 4x4 piece on the bandsaw. Use our hole patterns to drill the holes to hold this in place. And then that looks good. Part position looks fine. And then we're going to hit OK. So that's our first setup. We're sitting on our plate. We're going to be holding that in the vise in our little block that we created the other day to hold our flat stock. But that doesn't matter. We're good where we're at here. We're going to be using 2D contour to go around the part and create our part. So under 2D contour, we're going to select our tool. So we're going to select 1/8 inch end mill. So if you don't have an 1/8 inch end mill set up, go ahead and get that set up. I'll flash the tool settings here for you under edit. So again, you can take little pauses and fill this out. There's that one. Here's our cutter. Shaft is nothing. Holder, we're using the ER32 collet. Using the ER20 actually. Yeah, we're using the ER20. So we can change that. I'm going to edit mine so it's that. And then the cutting data, I'm going to bump up my ramp feed rate because we're using wood. I'll bring this to 20. And this one down here to 20. For our plunge feed rate. And then again, we have no coolant. I'm going to take this down just a touch. I'm going to go 9,500. Typically, you don't want to run your machine at full open. Like you usually want to do like 95% of your max speed. So we'll put it in 9,500 for that. And this looks pretty good. Post, this is tool number 4, and it has a manual tool change. It is a live tool, which means it spins. And then we're going to say accept. And then I'm going to double click on that. The tool I'm selecting. Automatically populates your data there. Our geometry is we are contouring around the edge of this. So we're just going to click this outer edge, just like this. We are going to insert tabs, rectangle tabs. The tab width, 0.125 is fine. The height, 30 thousandths is probably okay right now. And then we're going to manually select where we're going to put them. So I'm actually going to, if I look at the top of this, I'm going to put tabs. So they've got tabs like here, here. I'm going to put them on the ends. They've got them kind of everywhere. I think that's just way too many. They've got them by distance instead of by number. So right now there's only one, and it's way over here, but I'm just going to manually put them in. So I'm going to put a tab right here. And put another one like across from it. Right there. Oh, one up here. One down here. Just like that. And then change this to 0. I don't want any of their tabs. Manually put them on there. That looks good. Heights. Our clearance needs to be 0.4, 0.2, 0.1. Top height is here. The bottom height is going to be the model bottom. And then we're going to go in negative 0.02, like 20 thousandths. We want to cut deeper into the material, 20 thousandths of an inch. Again, you look for the side. We're going to go a little bit deeper into the material. So we get all the way through there. Then we're going to go to passes. And this is where we're going to make our change. So we're going to do multiple depths. Is that what we're doing? No, we're not doing multiple depths. We are doing, under linking, we're doing a ramp. We're going to do a 4-degree ramp. And then our ramp clearance, it's giving us an error here. Oh, this is going to be, we're just going to start 20 thousandths above the part. So 0.02. And then our maximum step down is going to be 40 thousandths. Okay, so basically when it comes down after one rotation, it's going to be 40 thousandths into the part. So where do we want 20 thou? I'm going to do that as 20 thou. I don't think I want to go as aggressive as 40 thou. So let's keep that at 20 thou for our maximum ramp step down. We'll take a look and see what we get. Horizontal lead in and lead out needs to be small. We're going to make this like 3 thousandths. And our lead in distance, we're going to make this really small as well. So 0.003, something small. That looks good. This is where. This all looks good. Okay. I'll let you, again, you can take screenshots if you want to get this information, but let's see what we get. So here we go. So we get our ramp down. Yeah, 20 thousandths looks a little small. I was thinking, is this going to take a little too long? But let's just try it. Let's do our simulate, and let's see what we get. And I don't know if it made our tabs. We have to look. So the first time through, it shouldn't cut. You can see the second time it went. 4, 5, 6, 7, starting to go through the material. Okay, that looks pretty good. Did we get tabs? We did. Yeah, so we do have tabs. So the tabs are there. You can see that, 1, 2, 3, 4 tabs. It's going to be very thin. So we might need to bump those tabs up just a little bit so that part doesn't break off as we're going through. I'm okay with the 20 thousandths. I'm not disappointed in that at all. So I am gonna double click though and change the tab height. So right here, I'm gonna double that basically to 60 thou. Okay, so 0.060. Say okay. Should rerun that. And now our tabs, yeah, you can see there's a little bit more meat on those tabs. We could probably make them thinner. I'm going to do that as well. So instead of being 0.125 for the width, I think is what they were. Let's change this to 0.06. Let's see what they do here. This should just make them on the tips. Yeah, so you can see there. Yeah, now we're just on the end, and then we can just clip those off with a bandsaw and sand them down on those tips of those teeth. So hopefully you can see it. This one, kind of zoom in, see right there. So easy little adjustment in terms of going in and cutting that and then sanding that tooth so it matches. We could probably even bump up the thickness on those just because now we're just on the edge of the tooth. I think I'm going to do that because again, it will still allow us to, so I'm just going to go up to 80 thou. So it makes them a little bit taller because again, cutting those off, it doesn't matter. I mean, really, you could almost go all the way up to, just so you have at least one pass so you know where that tooth profile should be. But that should do it. That should give me good clearance. I like this. It should be moving. I mean, 20 inches per minute's pretty fast. So this shouldn't take us, well, let's see what the time is on our simulation here. So it should tell us the info or statistics maybe. It tells us 8 minutes machine time. So let's see if we can improve that a little bit. Let's take our step down to 3. I think 30 thou is probably. So this should eliminate how many steps we actually need. And that should reduce our machine time. Maybe we'll have 5 minutes, 6 minutes. That's pretty good. I'm good with that. That's really all we need. We got our contour. It should take us right around there. It should take us, with an 8-inch or 1/8-inch bit. I'm pretty happy with that. Yeah, 6 minutes to cut that part should be fine. Again, could we do it a little bit more aggressive? We probably could, but I'm not going to push it with that 1/8-inch in mill at this point. If we do some more testing and we see that we can be a little bit more aggressive and do like 50 thou per pass, great. But for now, we'll keep it fairly light. Save that. And now we're done with gears. Have a great night.